All right, we're live for Nets Cavaliers overlay up. We are live. Didn't do the game the other day. We've lost 4 in a row against the Cavaliers, and I didn't really want to do any form of build up today. Just wanted to get straight into the swing of things. Today we have got the Cavaliers again. We lost by 6 the other day, and the reason for that was because we didn't play 4 quarters. First and last quarters started strong, ended well, but the middle 2 was where it was won, and we were utterly dominated in those 2 periods. So we simply need to be better. But I think the main key in this run of games, I mean, we talk about how the Nets, when they shoot the ball well from 3, we win games basically 99% of the time, and stats actually back that up. When we lose games, our 3-point shooting is poor. And for a team that is based off and founded off a lot of 3-and-D wings, if you can't make your threes, you're cooked. So that's currently the situation we're dealing with in the last 4 games. We are shooting 31% from 3. We only made 9 threes the other day. I think it was about 27% or something along those lines. So, yeah, but starting 5 for the Cavs remains the same as per usual. Yeah, that's basically the situation. Yeah, we've got the same starting 5, and we've also got the Cavaliers basically playing their usual starting lineup. I mean, if we look at the other day, just as a little recap, right. Also, a loss today. I mean, it's important we win this one, because if we lose, we go into the play-in, and that will mean that the importance of beating Miami, as if the importance isn't already sky high, we have to win that game regardless. But the pressure is on even more so if we can't get the victory today. So in the first and last quarters, we outscored the Cavaliers by 20. I believe 61 to 44. 17. But outside of that, I mean, we got outscored 71-48. So we got absolutely smoked in that time, which isn't going to do you any favors. I heard the defense was really good for those first 2 quarters, or those 2 quarters that we did well in. But overall, the Cavs shot 50% from the field, 48% from 3, got to the line a fair bit. We only made 45% of our shots and 27% from 3. Offensive rebounding dominated them. I mean, we had 19 offensive rebounds and 14 more generally. Turnovers was an issue, but Day'Ron Sharpe in 20 minutes had 20 points, 11 boards, 9 offensive, 2 steals, 2 blocks, and was a plus 27. So look, it's very, very natural to say, play the guy, but that being said, that is the first game that he's played well in, like, in a long time. Probably his best game in his career. Skyline, hope you're doing well. Those who have just joined in, welcome to the stream. It's been a hot minute since we last spoke. Or at least I last spoke on this channel. But big game now. Cavaliers, Nets, obviously 2 teams in the thick of it. Here we go, ladies and gents. We've only got 3 more games that I'm doing streams for. I may have a couple analysis videos in there if I have time. Time is limited for me at the moment, so the more streams you can get, the better. But I'm just letting y'all know that it is a little bit of a difficult situation we're working with here. So Why is it buffering, dude? Okay, there we go. Should be good. Bro, Clax is wearing a light blue headband. I've never seen that. Alright. Whoa, my headset's really short. Okay. So we're in the jump ball. Thought they were going to blow it again. Yeah, Carlton just love to instill anxiety. Oh! Oh my goodness, it took literally 3 seconds for a whistle. Clax won the jump ball. And Macau was on the end of it and got fouled by Garland in 3 seconds. So that would have been nearly one of the fastest buckets I've seen by the Nets, full stop. But we've already got points on the board here with a stoppage in play. Daniel Berry, welcome to the stream, my friend. Thanks for tuning in. So Macau makes both, and we're on the board in 3 seconds. Okay. So we've got Doe on Donovan Mitchell. If you guys want to give me the briefing... Oh, God, that is hideous defending. If you want to give me a briefing of what the... what you saw from the Nets the other day, let me know. I know a very brief understanding of what went down. Couldn't make threes, a lot of offensive boards. Couldn't make shots. Dinwiddie for 3, that's off. Clax with the offensive rebound. He would have gotten it anyway, but it's going to be a stoppage. A Okoro foul on the floor. But there must be something weird, like a promotion or something, because why are we wearing blue? Like blue headbands and blue socks. It must be an initiative or something of the sort. Clax into the paint. Good move. And he blew the layup. So Donovan Mitchell, whilst our defense isn't set, takes it to the rack, scores for 2, Cavs in front. So Johnson, the high screen, Clax, the bounce pass to Clax, Doe on the catch, the 3 is off, rebound, Mitchell. I feel like Finney-Smith has just got to slow down, man. Bro, Donovan Mitchell! Holy fucking... What the hell was that? Man's just, like, embraced the contact, did a spin move and scored with Clax basically smothering him. I mean, it was great defense, but better offense. Dinwiddie on the drive, scores for 2 as he, well, hit the deck hard. And now it is the Cavaliers the other way. Mitchell, 3 over Doe. How the fuck are you supposed to defend that? If that is what we're dealing with today, we're cooked. Clax, Doe, Bridges, in the middle, over JA. Gee, I thought that was well short, but he's got the bounce, and it's 9-6. So Mitchell's had a really good start to the game, and he's going to drive. Good change of pace. He was met at the bucket by Clax. It's going to be shots after the foul. Clax was reaching over on that contest. It's going to be 2 shots. He did get the block, but I think in the follow-through I'm actually not sure, because he did get it clean. But there was a fair level of contact in there. Free throws for Donovan. First one is good. He has been the clear number 1 option to start the game, and doing a really good job of it. So second free throw for Donovan Mitchell. He's already got 8 points. So in 2 minutes, he has just seriously, I mean, stamped his authority on the game already. Second free throw is good. He's got 9 of the 11 Cavalier points. Mr. Whammy's influence is non-existent on that occasion. McCall. Skip past the Doe in the corner. He stood on the sideline. You cannot afford to do that. Bro, Doe has been, for the most part, really trash. He has just not been a pleasant watch. Okay, well, they've just fucked it up, the refs. They've just handed a possession to Cleveland because Doe actually didn't step on the sideline. Well done by the Nets, who collapsed the paint after the Cavaliers missed. Cam Johnson blew the fucking layup. Bridges got the offensive board. The extra feed to Doe. He's fouled. More shots. So it has not been pretty in 3 minutes. So it's going to be a couple of shots coming up for Doe. Mikal Bridges doing well to get an extra possession. The Bucks are in first place. Yeah, the Bucks I think aren't moving, to be honest with you. I think the Bucks are sitting very, very comfortably. 2.5 games ahead of Boston. So Doe makes both. But yeah, I think Bucks will be 1, Philly and Boston for 2 and 3. I think the way it stands now is probably it, with the potential for Miami and Brooklyn to switch. But it's going to be highly dependent on whether we can actually win some games. Good box out by Clax after Mobley missed the corner 3. It's a rebound for Bridges, who now drives on Garland and off the window scores for 2. So I think that could be a matchup where we need to exploit tremendously. Garland lost his footing. He was fouled. Oh, for fuck's sake. How? Bro, we cannot get stops. Darius Garland for 2. Bridges with the foul. It's going to be another shot. But, yeah, I mean, if we're going to get McCall being matched up by or on Garland on the offensive side. That one was on the floor, by the way, so they've actually changed the decision. Allen to the corner for Okoro. The 3 is good. I don't know how good of a three-point shooter he is in his career. I wouldn't imagine it's really that great because he doesn't take many, but I mean, on that occasion, he made that count. Bridges is wide open in the mid-range. They went under the screen. Bridges was wide open. It's going to be another 2 points. 14-12. Garland, looks like we're playing a bit of zone. Good spin by Mobley. Lost the ball. Another foul and more shots again. I feel like I'm very delayed here. I'm not delayed. So McCall's been a bit trigger happy on the fouls again. So foul number 2. 14-12 lead for Cleveland. Mobley makes number 1, but we need Bridges on the floor as much as possible for our chances of, to have any chance of winning. Started the game really well the other day, but Cavaliers have started pretty strongly in this one. They're 5 of 7 from the field, and they've been at the line quite a bit. So Mobley converts both, and they're making a living there at the moment, it seems. We've got to clean that up. Johnson picks up his dribble. Bridges wraps around. And now the high screen by Clax, who will roll. Fakes the handoff to Bridges. He had to pick up his dribble. Got to leave it for Bridges. He's got to shoot. Oh my god, that is ridiculous, McCall. I mean, that was an incredibly tough shot under duress because the shot clock was winding down. Other corner for Okoro. He hits the 3. We've conceded already 19 in 5 minutes. Like the other day, I think to open the game, we conceded 23 in the first quarter. This game, it's completely non-existent. Good feed by McCall. Doe misses a not a wide open 3, but a good look in rhythm. Mitchell, no chance. Nah, doesn't get the bounce. That was a pretty egregious shot, I would say. Dinwiddie. Back out of Johnson. I mean, like, given Johnson for 3, misses. I mean, for Mikal Bridges, who is playing incredibly well, he has got to have the rock. He cannot be sitting in the corner on those possessions, man. Okoro thought about the 3. He drove baseline. He definitely shuffled the feet, man. And Mitchell knocks it down on the catch. I'm actually pretty amazed. Yep, he's going to call a timeout because that is just fucked. How have we already conceded 22 points? Defense has been pretty crap. Let's be real. And yeah, currently we're getting dominated. I'm going to look at the quarters or the box score a bit more sparingly in this game. Not like last game, 10 shots at the 4th. Bring Bridges back in. Bridges is in. But they're like some possessions, he's way too passive. Or the game plan is way too passive. It doesn't give him enough touches. He's sitting in the corner. He started the game. Let me have a look. He scored 10 points. He's had 2 rebounds, but he hasn't missed. So as far as I'm concerned, you got to do exactly what the Cavs have done with Donovan Mitchell. They have given him the ball basically every possession. And so Donovan Mitchell is 12 points, and he's shooting it at a similar efficiency at 4 or 5. So, like, you cannot be passive. If you've got a good player that started on fire, what are you doing playing him off, like, in the corner? Whoa, I nearly dropped my phone. Not like last game, 10 shots at the 4th. In reference to what? I'm unsure what you're referring to there. Because, yeah, I didn't see last game. But, like... yeah, so Mikal's 4 of 4, Donovan's 4 of 5, but difference is Okoro's also got 6. He's hit a couple threes. That is the issue. Already, we talked about the Cavaliers. What was I going to say? We talked about the Cavaliers shooting the ball, basically making 1 for every 2 they shot the other game. And they've already had 4 threes made. And we have not made 1. 3-point shooting before and after the trade. Cam Johnson was a 45% shooter at Phoenix before the trade. He's now 34%. Spence was a 40% 3-point shooter. He's now 29%. Doe was a 36% 3-point shooter. He's now a 27% 3-point shooter. The only guy that's made improvements is Mikal, who's now shooting nearly 41%, which is sort of nuts, given the high volume he's shooting him at. But like, there's been a lot of open looks. Like, how staggering. Okay, so Royce is in. Very cool that the Nets are wearing light blue. I really love the color scheme with, you know, just the white. It's not really overpowering, but it looks good. Clacks off the window over JA for 2. So Garland. I don't know why my game is pausing every now and then. Mobley. Donovan Mitchell. Looking for a pass. Gets it to Mobley. He missed it. Rebound Nets. Joe is getting ready to check in. Mikal into the paint. What the fuck, cunt? Literally. Mitchell. Excuse the language. I don't usually say that. Sorry about that. Mitchell over the top of Clax. Badly missed the 3. That's what Clax does. Man, I gotta really keep my language in check, don't I? Royce, that was such a bad three. It looked absolutely terrible. The reason I got mad was because Bridges just fell to the floor on a shot. He thought he was fouled. I thought it looked pretty blatant, but I could be wrong. Garland passed to Allen. I thought it was intercepted, but unfortunately wasn't the case. And it is now the Cavaliers defending. Doe, Royce, Plax looking for a handoff. Get it? Ah. Oh, what is that defense? Wide open three for a Okoro. Language may offend. Yeah, apologies for that. Yeah, I didn't mean to say that. Sometimes emotions get the better of you. We're playing a bit of a back and forth game here with all these turnovers. Oh my God. We looked absolutely dead and buried on that transition possession. It was a 2-on-1. Garland with an interesting decision to sort of slow the momentum with the alley-oop. And in the end, we were able to get a stop there. But there's going to be a foul on Donovan Mitchell after a pretty frantic set of possessions. Good defense by Doe to knock it out of Mobley's hands on the spin. And now Dinwiddie, he had his arms locked up. And so it's going to be free throws for Spencer. First one is good. Dayron is in. Utah is in. Man, we're getting an early Utah signing or sighting. Something I didn't think I'd be saying today, but it's good to see that he's getting a few more minutes. You give him more reps, the more confident he's going to be. The start of the season, it was exactly the case. So Dayron in on the back of that 20-point game. Best game in his career, I would say. So Donovan Mitchell to Levert, who's in the game. Chetty Osman also checked in. Lamar Stevens is in now. He drives on Joe, and that is a really awkward shot. Good defense, rebound Utah. So Dinwiddie, Harris, Watanabe, O'Neal, and Sharp, the five on the floor. Bounce pass by Dinwiddie to Dayron. Good take. And I don't usually see that from Dayron. He's a little bit more fumbly with that when he receives the bounce pass, especially. But it looked very clean there. Oh, no. Corner three for Stevens is good. And quite frankly, I don't think we can be affording to do that. I mean, the defense has gotten better. Dinwiddie, the mid-range, is good. Over the top of Stevens. That cuts it to 5. So it's actually been a pretty aesthetically pleasing game today. Some good defense, though, in the last couple of possessions. Allen lost it on the roll. After he got the pass from Donovan Mitchell, we were able to force the turnover, but weren't able to break out in transition. The Cavaliers were already well set behind the ball. Royce on the catch. Doesn't shoot the three. Lost it initially. Got it back. Layup is good off the window. And it's down to 3. So it's been a good little fight back here. Cavaliers 2 of 7 after starting very, very well from the field. But they, they've sort of leveled off, and we've been able to capitalize, forced a few turnovers here and there as well. Did that well the other day, but couldn't really, keep ourselves in check. When we talk about turnovers, we had 16 of those, so got to limit those. But a very good fight back after, being in a little bit of an early rut. If we go to the box score, you will see, I can actually get it up. So this is the situation we're contending with right now. It is Donovan Mitchell with 12. He did score very well to start, but they have given a couple other players some touches since the last time out that was called by the Nets. You can see that Cavaliers still shooting it pretty well, but they started pretty scorching hot. Already 5-3, so that's probably the difference. But McCall's been awesome. He's got 2 personals, though, so he's got to be pretty mindful and wary. But we are seeing some early minutes from some faces that weren't, all too familiar with getting some minutes at a meaningful time of the game. Problem is we can't shoot threes again, and that's going to be our pitfall. I definitely do think. I think that'll be our pitfall if we can't get threes going. And we obviously go at this pace, we ain't doing well. But we've done well to still score the same amount of shots as the Cavs. It's just the kind of shots we're getting. 5 threes to 0 is the difference in the game right now. Because we've been able to get to the free throw line and get some shots. I mean, that was established from the very beginning. When we had 2 free throws in 3 seconds, in the first 3 seconds of the game. So we've probably just got to put the head down, and if the 3-point shots aren't falling, don't take them at a high volume. If the 2's there, you gotta attack. Gabriel, hope you're doing well, my guy. Happy I can be of use when you're at work. So, good vibes only. Good vibes only. Unless I let some bad language slip, which has already happened today, so. Anyway, second quarter about to... Well, it's not done yet. I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. We've still got 1:52 left, but it was out to as much as an 8-point lead. Cavaliers at the line, though. Donovan Mitchell has accounted for half of the points that the Cavaliers have scored, basically. Rubio is about to check in. And Mitchell misses free throw 1, so I don't think that's a phrase you mutter too often. We got to the paint consistently last game against the Cavs. Yeah, well, I think the 3-point shooting compensated for probably how well we were playing at the rack. Or in taking it to the rack. Because the 3-point shooting was garbage. Mitchell goes empty, and Mr. Whammy has a huge impact. Oh, there we go. That's more like Dayron, just fumbling a simple pass out of bounds. That's where the inexperience shines through. Because an experienced player is much more strong with the take. Like, the first bucket that Dayron made was very reminiscent. Oh, yeah, excellent job, Utah. Huge dunk after reading the passing lane, or reading the pass, getting in the passing lane and being able to score in transition with no one back. But yeah, Dayron is... That's good defense, Utah. I don't know how he's gotten a foul for that. It's going to be free throws, but... yeah, that's the thing with Dayron. Like, that bucket he made was very reminiscent of an experienced NBA, like, vet. Someone that's been in the league for a while and been able to fine-tune the craft. But Dayron is still a bit, yeah, he's a bit iffy. And it's just a matter of whether we have room for these errors. Chetty Osman makes number 1. Doesn't look like Ben will ever return for the Nets. It's all about patience, something that a lot of sports fans don't have. To be fair, I've forgotten about Ben. And I think that's an important mentality to have, because if you don't have Ben available, then who gives a crap? You just worry about what players actually setting foot on the court. So yeah, I can only comment on what I'm seeing in a game, and Ben's not there, so I won't be commenting. Dayron with the offensive board after the Joe miss, and Royce with the 3 to give us the lead back. It's been a good response in the back end of this first quarter. Dayron recycling the possession and us scoring our first three-pointer of the game, having taken 7. So even despite shooting poorly from 3, we've made up for it in a number of other areas. Levert the response over Joe, and it just seems like every single time you get a matchup on Joe on the perimeter, you're knocking down the three-pointer. Dinwiddie, good change of pace. Jared Allen thought he was going to pull up or just roll it back out, but he had Jared Allen reeling, and Spencer Dinwiddie off the window ties the game at 31 in the first quarter. So about a 6-second difference between shot and game. Dayron now in a switch. Dinwiddie guarding Allen in the post. Dayron with the block! Well done by Spence to hold up J.A. Dinwiddie down the middle. Oh! How has he got that to go? Dayron! The soft touch falling to the floor. Defense leads to offense. Holy smokes. How has he gotten that to go? Just a little tip in. And he gives us the lead with about 1.8. He misses the and one conversion. And that one will be called off even if he made it. But quarter over, 33-31. Dayron Sharp with a big bucket at the end of the quarter to give us the lead. But excellent response because we started poorly. The defense was whack. I mean, they're still shooting it well, but we're doing a lot of things much, much better. It seems like the shots are coming a little bit harder to come by. The free throws aren't being converted by the Cavaliers. Haven't really forced too many turnovers. Donovan Mitchell is going to be the key. Locking him up is going to be the key. Good thing is Garland, I mean, he hasn't taken really any shots, but he has not scored the ball. But if we look at the Nets, I mean, we've got a lot of players missing shots, but Dinwiddie with 8 and 4 dimes, that's what we want to see. I mean, he's not going to go at that pace, but that's an excellent first quarter by Spence. Mikal Bridges, 10 points, 4 boards. That's exactly what we want to see from him. I would like to see him get more shots up, but 4 or 5 is an excellent start. And then off the bench, you got Dayron getting an offensive rebound and a dime. You got him scoring the ball. He's done a lot more good than bad, I'll say that. Utah with a good steal to get his 2 points, and then Royce with 4 rebounds early has been a brute at the contest. Overall, shooting the ball very badly from the field, but very well from 3. We've already had 5 extra shots. The rebound number is +6. We dominated them on the rebounds on the glass last game, so that's probably going to be a point of emphasis in this one. If we look at the extended, we've been at the line a fair bit. Offensive rebounding is all right. Turnovers, we've looked after it. I mean, not too much to complain about in that first quarter. Apart from the defense, which sort of had its ebbs and flows in the first quarter because we started pretty poorly and then picked up the pace at the back end. So, yeah. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like as well. And subscribe if you are new. We've got a few streams left. We will be back next year, obviously. There will be some playoff basketball, I do think, with the Nets, but I don't know in what capacity. We'll see if I'm available for the games that we actually play in the playoffs. Yeah. Because, yeah, as I said, the schedule is a little bit tight at the moment, and that's also the reason why I can't really do any streams in the final week or so. Because of, like, time zone stuff, like games start at 5:30 in the morning, 3 in the morning, like, I can't really do that. So, it's really, really awkward, but, you know, it is what it is. So, second quarter underway, but yeah, just letting you all know about that. We may have some off-season content in there as well, which I'll try to do as much as I can, if I can. And if there's any ideas proposed. It was a 15-5 run. I do believe so. Problem with back surgery is it can take a full year to recover. I think he came back too quick. Well, yeah. I think that is probably the case as well. We tried the backdoor cut. Utah had his foot on the sideline. It's going to be Cavalier ball. turnover nets. So, Cavaliers, I've dropped 1,300 on the Nets to win the whole thing. I would not do that in my dreams. No chance. I would put us... No chance. If we don't make the playoffs, full stop, if we have to go through the play-in, it's not happening. And even so, it's just not happening. I'd have to say it's a fun bet, but I'd have to say that's money wasted. At least in my eyes, that is. Good job on my Royce piece. Yeah, that was a good one to make. Not as much traction as I would have liked on that one, because I did put in a bit of work, but you know, it is what it is. That's just game's the game. Sometimes shit happens like that. Can't get too down in the dumps about it. You just keep moving forward, so. Free throw good by the Cavaliers. The return will be around 200k. Yeah, but the loss is 1,300, so it's really like... what are you willing to accept? I mean, I'd take 200k, but at what cost? So, Cavaliers make both. Utah probably at a layup open. He didn't shoot it, and now Joe in the corner misses the three. Rebound Mobley. They're playing a bit small. Mobley is the 5 at the moment. Dayron's just looking a little bit at sea when he has to play drop coverage. Utah into the paint. The runner off the window. He got the bounce. Traction doesn't reflect on the quality. Good analysis. Yeah, that's usually what it is. I mean, sometimes you don't get the traction you deserve. This is just way too easy. And I was going to say Dayron. Dayron's unfortunately not the coach. Jacques Vaughn is the coach. He calls the timeout. An early one after the Cavaliers. Well, Mobley, you know, Mobley's been the guy in this second quarter. I mean, all they've done is simple pick and rolls. And because we keep switching, we have Seth Curry under the basket. So a point of emphasis for the Cavs. They're exploiting that, and it works. If it works, it works. And you got to exploit that as much as possible. Capitalize on it. See, Mobley, I mean, he had not scored in the first quarter, I don't think, and he's already scored 6, I do believe. I could be wrong, actually, but it definitely seems like he's been a bit more of a focal point in this second quarter with Darius Garland out on the floor as well. Fair bit of cohesion there, which is good to see. See, a 39-35. And yeah, that's basically the gist of things at the moment. Trying to think. Just to emphasize the importance of winning today, if we don't win, we're in the play-in. If we do win, well, we've got another half game on the Miami Heat, but that is way too close for comfort now. I do acknowledge the fact the Miami Heat have played 1 extra game, but that being said... 2 extra games, but that being said, yeah. You know, I just don't want to... I don't want to leave that position up for grabs. We need to solidify that spot. You know. So 39-35. Alrighty. I feel like bringing Claxon maybe a go. I'd be much more comfortable with playing Clax on Mobley than Dayron on Mobley. And I would also be much more comfortable playing, Dayron on Allen. When those centers are by themselves, you know, on the floor by themselves. I just want those two to be... Yeah. Oh, that's the rotation I want, I think. I do not like this lineup. I understand you have to get Dinwiddie to the bench, but... Not a fan of Seth Curry handling the rock, if I'm going to be real. That's a good find, but I think it was Royce O'Neal who found Joe wide open in the corner. The Cavaliers seem to have all avenues covered, except that one. So a good make by Joe. That's his first three of the game after missing his opening two. Rubio into the paint. What a fucking surprise. You cannot play this defense. Mobley is getting open dunks under the basket. And why? Because Day'Ron is getting pushed out to the perimeter, guarding God knows who. Royce off the window for two. I mean, the offense is looking pretty good. Very free-flowing. There's plenty of opportunities to cut down the middle. LeVert into the paint. The kick out for Rubio. He drives on Seth Curry. Pass out to LeVert. The three over Utah. That hits the top of the backboard. Such a bad miss. So bad they got the offensive board. But luckily the Cavaliers miss after Chetty threw one up from the top of the key. We have a foul on the Nets side. Day'Ron was fouled under the basket by Chetty Osman. So 41-40, the defense needs to be cleaned up. I mean, that could be said for both teams because we've got two teams shooting above 55% from the field. Royce for three, that's off top of the key. But yeah, I mean, that's going to be the difference ultimately in this game. The team that can get more stops looks like the team that's going to win. LeVert misses a three. And a rebound for Royce. Or for Day'Ron, who gave it to Royce. And now Royce will handle the rock. Day'Ron, looking for the handoff, is going to get Seth Curry. Karis LeVert was a little bit too overeager. It's going to be a foul on Karis, who was trying to swat the ball out of Seth Curry's hands after he was wrapping around that little screen. Cam Johnson is back in the game. He didn't have a really good start, if I'm going to be quite honest with you. That's surely a foul. Thank you. There's another one. And it's basically in the exact same nature of the previous foul about 3 seconds ago. This time, though, the foul is on Chetty Osman. So, side out for the Nets. Day'Ron going to inbound. The pass to Joe is not on. Royce takes it all the way, and he was a little bit fancy with it. Tried to do a little dipsy-do, but Evan Mobley was picking that off every single day of the week. It's going to be a side out for the Nets on the baseline with 5 to shoot. Let's have a look who gets it here. Day'Ron. He's going to put up a three. Oh, God, that was perfectly on line. He didn't get enough lift, though. And usually that's a little bit of an issue with bigs. Darius Garland's off. Day'Ron snatched the ball out of Cam Johnson's hands for the board. Royce just plowed over Ricky Rubio, and that's usually the problem with this, a unit like this. Seth Curry, I mean, is very slow, so he can't take it to the basket, and Royce, he's probably the more assertive guy out of the two, but he's very fumbly with his dribble, and he can also, his coordination is a bit wacko, so, yeah. But I would have to say, for the most part, we've done pretty good with the bench on the floor. That being said, Donovan Mitchell has not been there. That's a good sort... Oh, no, it's not. I was going to say it was a decent enough defensive possession. The pass was deflected, but yet again, the method was still there. Mobley, yet again, under the basket with no big guarding. And then Cam Johnson just fumbled it. Garland, layup. Oh, you can't be fucking serious, Day'Ron. So frustrating. Cam Johnson comes in the game and instantly the defense or the offense has just hit a wall, man. A couple abysmal errors. I mean, well, Royce was the recipient of the first error, but they've said that Dayron, now it's your time to go to the bench. Clax will come back in, which I think should have been a move that was triggered much, much earlier. Our last 3 possessions, if I describe them to you, that is the exact reason why we are now down 6 with the make of that free throw. You know, the Royce charge, or offensive foul, whatever you want to say, the Dayron 3-pointer late in the shot clock, and the turnover as Cam Johnson fumbled the handoff. Royce into the paint, the kick out for Curry. Good defense, Garland. Oh, for fuck's sake. That is 4 possessions now, which have just been rubbish. Straight rubbish possessions. 2 turnovers. Oh, that is a flop and a half, bro. There was a push-off there, but that deserved an Oscar. That was just ridiculous. What a joke. Garland, good defense. 2 to shoot. Sidestep 3. Oh my god, that looked incredibly online, but it was just well short. Oh my god, that is the 5th possession where we've gotten up either a bad shot or a fucking turnover. This time, Johnson bounces it off his shoe. Why am I so behind in... Bro, the clock is actually lagging today. Garland at open 3. Way too easy. Before you know it, we're going to have to call a timeout. Isn't it coincidental that as soon as, like, basically the starting 5 comes in, it turns to shit? How is... well done by Clax to get the offensive rebound, but I thought there was a foul in that. Johnson is fouled on the pass. They're not going to call that on the shot. Surely not. So, it was basically a level playing field for the entirety of the time the bench were on, but the starting 5 has been the problem in this game. Like, every time the starting 5 personnel has been on the court in this game, it's turned to shit, or we've been dominated. I'd love to see the plus-minus numbers comparing the bench to the starters. Dinwiddie for 3 in the corner. Got it. And he was knocking those down for fun against, or when he was playing for Dallas. I can't speak. Okay. So, that cuts it down to 6. That was a big make. Rubio to Mitchell, who's back in. This is a problem. The flip is off. Good boxing out by the Nets. We collapsed. And now Johnson in the corner for 3. Doesn't get the bounce. And it was incredibly contested. Somehow we ended up with it. Johnson out to Dinwiddie. Acceleration. Layup. Got it. The benefit of offensive rebounds. In this time, Cam Johnson chasing it up. The Cavaliers, despite their tall timber, have not had 1 second chance point in this game. Allen thought he was fouled. The referees put the whistle away. And now we can respond with a little run of our own. Finney-Smith. Clax open dunk. They're going to call a timeout. Yep. And just as quickly as there was a 9-0 run for the Cavs, we got a 7-0 run for the Nets. And the game is back down to 2. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like and subscribe as well. We'll be back for Nets versus Heat on Sunday or Saturday. But I do want to mention, that I will potentially have some analysis content out on when the end of the season arrives. I do think. Let me know if there's any video ideas, if there's any players. I mean, I did get a general vibe off one of the polls I did in the community tab, that you wanted to see a video about Cam Thomas and why he's not getting minutes. Let me know here. Just reinforce the mindset that I saw from the general public. Is that a video you want to see? I'm happy to do it. It's just a matter of when. I do think Cam Thomas is a very intriguing case, though. Because, yeah. It's, yeah, it's a very interesting case. Cam Thomas. Can't break back into the rotation. I think, to put it bluntly, he just simply can't pass the ball. When he shoots it and can't make it efficiently, there's a problem. Yeah, there's just a number of issues. When he plays well, he plays well, but he's the kind of guy that will get 40 points, a rebound, and an assist. To get 40 points, you have to take about 20 shots, at least. So if you only got one dime from taking 20 shots, that's an issue. Unless you're an out-and-out catch-and-shoot kind of player. With Cam Thomas's usage, you can't be having a player. You can't have a player that's doing that. Especially with all those 3-and-D wings. Like, if Cam Thomas attracts that much attention, he should be passing the ball. You know? It's highly reliant on him, yeah, making the shots. If he doesn't make the shots, the defense is never worried. Alrighty. Play resumes. Cavaliers up 2. Rubio has played basically the entirety of the second half. The Cavs have got Okoro back on the floor. Mobley to the bench. Levert the 3 over Dinwiddie, the former teammate. It's a good shot. I mean, he's had some bad misses today, but a very inconsistent shooter is Karras. And on that occasion, showing the ability. When he's on, he's on. Mikal Bridges. Kick out to Johnson on the catch. The 3 was badly off. The rebound by Clax. Doe down the middle. It's going to be a foul on JA. It's going to be shots for Doe after the recycled possession. And look, I don't know how bad the Cavaliers are as an offensive rebounding team, but they're really struggling on the glass. They're playing a lot of one, like, they're not playing Allen and Mobley at the same time. They're staggering them. Man, the bench was ready for an absolute poster. Doe has had some really big authority kind of dunks. Speak of the devil, though, as I say that Allen and Mobley have been staggered. They're both in the game now. Mobley returns with 4:06 to play. And so Doe, the second free throw is good. And so the Cavaliers up 3. Let's see how we can close out this first half. We started well in this second quarter. It's going to be important we end the quarter the exact same way we ended the first. Garland for 3. We went under the screen. That is a fluent looking three-pointer. And Garland didn't score in the first half or first quarter. So it's not ideal that we've been giving him these looks. They aren't really playing through Donovan Mitchell, though. Finney Smith cannot make a 3 for his fucking life. If he had a gun to his head, he still couldn't make the three-pointer. Donovan Mitchell. Oh my god. He barely had the fucking ball in possession. And was still able to flip it up and in. With like 3 guys also contesting. Lead up to 8. Dinwiddie, the scoop. He loves to do those. That's, I think Spencer Dinwiddie has trademarked that move. So a 6-point game with 2:56 to play. Garland forced into a pass. It was good contesting by Clax. Garland. Step back three over Clax. It's off. That's, I mean, if you're going to force those, like, fair enough if he makes them, because that's a damn good offensive player if he can make that. Oh my God, Spence. That was an interesting drive to the basket. It was so, like, clunky, but it's going to be free throws. Clax actually blocked that Donovan Mitchell layup a couple possessions ago. Like, what is he supposed to do there? Oh, Spence, come on, dude. Spence literally complains about getting whistles, but he can't even make the free throws when he gets to the line. So he makes the second. There was a game a few games ago, I think it was the Kings game, where he went 3 of 8. And in a close game, those missed free throws count for a lot more than just a lost point, you know? Mitchell, that is an offensive foul and a half. Uh-oh, Mikal, get up. Mikal, get up. Thank you. Jared Allen, that's foul number 3. He's going to be pinged for the offensive foul. It seemed like... Oh, ouch. Gee, I tell you what, J.A. could have also gotten injured because there was a fair bit of knee-on-knee contact. I just heard over the mic the Cavs coach just yelling it's a terrible call. I don't know. You can make your case to say that Mikal just plowed through Jared Allen, I guess. Excellent find by Spence. Did he just get pinged for a delay of game? It's 57-54. It's a great dime by Spencer, though, finding the balance between driving to the rack and facilitating at the same time. Mitchell nearly lost the ball. It's good zone-type defense. We've got to cover Garland, though. He drives. And they wanted an offensive basket interference. Aren't going to get it. And now they are exposed. Bridges easy dunk as he drove baseline. It's back down to 1. Another 7-0 run has cut the lead back down to 1. Every time we get to this point, though, the Cavaliers respond emphatically. So we need to hold them off. Garland. Switch. Mikal guarding Mobley in the paint. Garland blocked by Clax. And the Nets can take the lead again. Dinwiddie pull up 3. Got it! Woo! If I actually had more, like, voice, I would have been much more excited about that. But Spencer Dinwiddie has been incredibly efficient. It's been a very under-the-radar first half. Mitchell blew the layup, but it's going to be 2 points because Donovan Mitchell, well, yeah, Donovan Mitchell went for the layup. Clax got caught up in the net and has given away 2 points even though Donovan missed the shot. So another 2 points that you don't want to give up, and it was in a very careless manner as well. I mean, sometimes I get the motion of you trying to go up and get the block, but I think you've got to be a bit more conscious of your surroundings. Wait. Was that fouls? What? What's he getting a free throw for? Did he get a tech? He got a tech for that. So he's just given away 3 points for the price of 0. So now we're back down 1. And, like, those 3 points are huge. You've gone from a completely empty possession to conceding 3 points. And the Cavs didn't even need to do anything. Mikal the pull-up 2. He got it. And there was a lot of space on the interior there, but that's what spacing does. I mean, even though we've got Clax on the floor, we've got 4 capable shooters on the perimeter, just sitting outside. Garland picked up by Clax on the perimeter. It's a lead of 1 for the Nets. Garland drives, extra feed, and we got a foul again. So Bridges is going to pick up foul number 3. And I don't know if the Cavs are in the bonus, but it's going to be... Definitely Bridges will be the guy on the, with the foul. What the fuck's he doing at the line? Are they in the bonus or not? Yeah, it's a side out. Thank you. So the Cavs can now hold for 1. Because obviously a shot clock reset inside 14 seconds means you're not getting that possession you want. Mitchell is long on the mid-range, and that's going to end the half, though. 61-60 the score. And we've done well because we've had, quite a few moments where we've either looked like the game's going to get away, or we've, lost a lot of momentum, and the response has always been there. But the thing is, are we going to be able to repeat that in the second half? I mean, there's only so many times you can do it before, you get exposed. So, look, overall, pretty damn happy with that first half, to be quite honest, because, oh my God, I've just moved the entire overlay. There you go. That's something new. Let me just have a look. Okay. So you can see, if I just close it off, you can see that we've had 2... Well, Spencer Dinwiddie, I don't think is playing another half like this. 19 points and 7 dimes. That is an incredible first half. And I don't think anyone's really paid attention to it, to be quite honest, because it hasn't really been... It's been a half where he has not really done anything wrong. And that's sort of weird to say for Spencer because he always has moments of vulnerability. But in this game, he has barely missed a shot. He's missed 1 3, and I'm pretty sure that was the first 3 he took. The first shot he took even. But like, that is a great half. He's found the balance. He's only taken 8 shots and scored 19 points. So the efficiency is there, but because he's only taken the 8 shots, there's been plenty of room for dimes as well. And he's had 7 dimes in this first half. So, pretty good. And McCall, who's been the only guy who's really picked up fouls for players of significance, he's still got 14 points on pretty good efficiency. The problem is Doe and Cam Johnson, man. We need those guys to lift in the second half because I don't really have too much faith that we're going to be able to score 60 again with those 2 not making a field goal. And I do think that's going to be what's required in the second half. You're going to have to make some shots sooner rather than later. They're basically at the exact same stat line. 0 of 4 from the field, 0 of 3 from 3, 2 boards, 1 dime each. So yeah, they're pretty much identical. I mean, you could call them the twins, to be quite honest, but Clax has also been good with 6.7 rebounds. He's basically been on the end of a couple lobs, couple offensive rebounds in there, which have led to some second chance points, which is what we need. You can see off the bench, Royce has been pretty solid, 6 boards, 7 points in 12 minutes, and 1 3 made there. Dayron was good in 8 minutes. I mean, he did what he had to do. Couple dimes in there with quite a few offensive rebounds and 4 points, which were pretty. And Utah with 4 as well. So bench has contributed pretty well. Seth Curry, I don't want to see him get minutes in the second half because I think it's detrimental to the team's success. Score is 60. Oh, yep. Thank you, Josh. It's because I've got a hotkey set to control. And when I accidentally moved the overlay off screen, I did Control Z to send it back. And that added a point on, but thanks for letting me know. Overall, the shooting is pretty good, but I also can't help but pay attention to 4 threes being made in the damn game, or like to this point. It's not enough. I mean, the rebound number is exceptional. 26 of those already in one half is pretty good, in comparison to the Cavs at least, who only have 14. So that is the big difference. That is why we're in front right now. on the back of only having taken 11 free throws and only having 4 threes made. The offensive rebounds, the rebounding in general has been really solid. And the turnovers, I mean, we've got to knock that down because we had, I think, 2 or 3 at quarter time and we've had 5 or 6 in that second quarter. So we possibly could have had a little bit of cushioning on that lead if we could actually look after the ball. A number of things that we can fix, a number of key areas we can fix, but I can tell you one thing, 25% from 3 at that, at that volume is not going to cut it. That is way too many threes. Actually, it's not a bad number. I mean, we're on pace for 32, which in a game where you can only make 25% of those, that's not too bad. But yeah, I'm just very conscious of the fact that Spencer Dinwiddie is not having another efficient half like that, and he's not scoring 19 and having 7 dimes. I think in the second half, it's going to be one or two things for him. He's going to take a lot more shots, and thus that assist number is not going higher than 10, or he's not going to score like any more than 5 points in the second half, but he will have a bunch of assists. So I don't think, we're not going to get the best of both worlds like we've seen in the first half, where he is efficient from the field. He scores it incredibly well as a result, and he gets dimes because of that low amount of shots he's taken. He's been to the free throw line, but it hasn't been anything like super out of this world. But if we look at the Cavaliers, I mean, they've had only 2 less shots despite being out rebounded by 12. The 3-point shooting for them is keeping them in this game. Absolutely killing us in efficiency there. But if we look at the players, I mean, their bench does not exist really. Mobley's got 12. Donovan Mitchell is 17. He started the game really fast. He scored 9 of the first 11 Cavalier points, and then it sort of evened off. But Darius Garland has had 11. He had 11 in the quarter, had 8 shots in that quarter. So I'm not really sure yet. Sorry, I just lost my voice again. I'm not really sure who to be mindful of. Because Garland could easily light up. So could Donovan Mitchell. I've got no idea. Evan Mobley with 12, but a lot of his buckets were right under the basket. And that was as a result of defensive breakdown. So we've got to be a bit better there. The rebounding number, though, the edge is massive for us. The turnover number, though, that's got to go up. I mean, I will actually have a look now at the situation regarding the situation regarding the fast break points, the second chance points. Just want to have a little look because I do think that it could provide some value to the analysis. So points off turnovers 10-8 in favor of the Cavs, which isn't too bad, given the disparity there. They've got 4 less turnovers than us. Points in the paint, we've had 34 to their 24, which is pretty good because obviously we know they're of their tall timber and, we can't make threes. So that is going to be probably where it needs to get done. Spencer Dinwiddie shooting 5 of 5 from inside the arc really helps, and a lot of those are off dribble drives. Is that really that hard to say? I don't know. Fast break points is 7 apiece, so that is pretty good, as I said, given the turnovers. What's BL? I don't know what that is. Maybe biggest lead, I think. So yeah, we haven't had a lead larger than 2 in this game. So look, if the 3-point percentage picks up, I think we're in good hands. We're shooting the ball nearly 56% from 3 or from the field, which is quite uncanny. I cannot see the second chance points though. That is a little bit frustrating. If you have any thoughts about the first half, make sure to let us know in chat. Around the ground, some interesting games on offer. We've got the Knicks playing the Magic. Actually, we've only got 4 games today, so this is one of a few. The Cavaliers and the Nets is a good game. Probably the best game of the day, to be quite honest. Actually, there is another great game in the afternoon, but the Knicks are playing Orlando. They are losing in that one, so that concerns us. We need Orlando to win that, basically. OKC taking on the Clippers. The Thunder are now at 500. The Clippers are about a game and a half ahead, sitting in the 5 seed. I would love to see the Thunder make the playoffs. Nothing would excite me more than to see the Thunder, who have got a lot of talent on that team, pick up the W. They've actually won every single game against the Clippers this season. They're 3-0 in the season series, so that's going to be a pretty fun watch. But in the Orlando Knicks game, Randall is playing like crap. They've got no Brunson, but Quentin Grimes has decided to rock up and score 25. Their bench has been useless. They've got 7 bench points. The Magic have got 16 from Banchero. They have got 7 players with 8 points or more. Good balance there, but they're not shooting it quite well. It seems like it's a game that's not for the faint-hearted. A very, very, very bad offensive showing by both teams. How does this make sense? I'm going to assume you mean a team. The 12 seed is 3 games behind for the West. I know, it is an incredibly tough thing to... What's the word? To predict. Like, that is going to be entertaining right down to the last game. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like and subscribe as well if you are new. All support is appreciated, so if you want to do that, make sure to do so. But if I look at the standings, man, like, it is pretty hectic, to be quite honest with you. I'm just going to make sure that I have the feed up. The Nets feed, because the third quarter could start and I don't even know what's going on. So I've got that ready to go for the second half. So yeah, in the East, I mean, it's sort of a little bit intriguing from the 8 seed to the 12 seed. You know, you got the Hawks 16.5 back. Then a game behind them is the Raps. Half a game behind them is Chicago. And then you got a game and a half back of the Bulls is the Pacers. And then another game back is the Wizards. But that is absolutely nothing in comparison to the West, who have Phoenix at the 4 seed sitting 10.5 games back. And yeah, at the 12 seed, you've got the Pels 13.5 games back. Incredibly congested. And if you just look at the teams in the play-in, they're split by half a game. I mean, I find it incredible that the Warriors are sitting in the 6th seed right now, because they haven't been great this season. Like, they have struggled. Especially on the road, they have been incredibly poor. The only team in the West, outside of the Spurs and the Rockets, to not have double-digit wins away from home. And in the East, you have to look at the Detroit Pistons to see a worse away record. Even the Charlotte Hornets have a better away record than the Golden State Warriors. Let that sink in. The Charlotte Hornets. The Orlando Magic. Like, pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. But here we go. The second half is about to get underway. It's going to be a pretty enlightening second half, I do think, because this will tell us a lot about this Nets team. We've had losing streaks like this and responded and picked up a victory when when it's desperately needed, but I mean, this is next level important. the key for me in the second half is Spencer Dinwiddie cannot fall into the habit of taking 15 shots in the second half. Not a chance. I don't even care if he's shooting... Yeah. I don't want to see him have 23 shots by the end of this game. I don't. I would much rather see Spencer have 15 dimes than have 30 points. Spencer's been really sensible with his shot, though. I think he's flagged. There's been a lot of opportunities in the paint. The last game probably showed that as well. So, yeah. But he's just got to keep that mindset going. He's going to have a big part to play in the back end of this game. I can just foreshadow it. So, yeah, the next run of games in the next week is Miami, Orlando, Houston, and Atlanta. We've got streams for Miami, for not for Orlando, but we've got Atlanta next week as well. So I'll miss a couple games midweek or around that. Around that time, but we will be back for a couple of streams in the next two weeks, so should be good. So Mobley, there's a foul, early foul. It's going to be shots, and much like the way the first half started, we got free throws within the first possession. So Mobley going to shoot a couple. And he bricks the first one. Second is good. Game is tied. Alrighty. Dinwiddie. Johnson down the middle. Looks for the lob. Missed it. Johnson missed the layup. Rebound Doe somehow controlled it. And now Dinwiddie on the outside. So that's good resilience by the team. Dinwiddie just passed it to no one. Bridges ended up with it. How the fuck did that happen? That is an incredibly bullshit possession to score two from, but sometimes luck happens. On that occasion, incredibly lucky that there was not one Cavalier player in the proximity of that missed pass. Mobley, blocked by Clax, and he's going to be pinged for the goaltend. I think Cam Johnson did pretty well staying with Mobley there, but... Oh no, it was off the glass. It wasn't on the way up, so... 63 apiece. I don't think we can get into like another situation where we're down 10. Clax took it high. He's fouled on the way up by Okoro. It's going to be free throws. Or maybe it's on Jared Allen. I'm not too sure, actually, to be honest, but... Free throw by Clax is very fluent. The net did not move. So Clax shooting the second. And he is good on both. I don't know why the Nets can't win, but they damn sure fight. This is what the 2018-19 team was. When people said that this team is the 2018-19 team all over again, one of the reasons for that is because they play hard, but they can never put it all together. Bridges scores the midi after we were able to force the steal, pick up the steal. So, like... with the 2018-19 team and this team, there's a lot of inconsistency. You can go on a losing streak and then win a game as if you're the best team in the league. Donovan Mitchell knocked one down in the face of the defender. Bridges, I feel like he's going to respond here. Nope. He's going to go for a very, very uncalled for pass. They said he was on the sideline. Oh, that is so lucky. Bro, Dorian Finney-Smith was trying to recover a loose ball on the ground. He definitely was sitting on the sideline. The ref didn't call it. And we had an open three on the weak side. Cam Johnson, the recipient. Missed layup by the Cavs, but the offensive board by JA. And that is something they have not been able to do all game long. Get a board on the offensive side and actually, well, do anything about it. Yeah, so like the ball actually went away from Clax, to be honest. He sort of didn't really time his jump that well. It's a 3-point lead for the Nets. Believe it or not, that 4-point lead that we had about 10 seconds ago before JA made that free throw, that was the biggest lead the Nets had the entire game. So it's been tightly contested, this contest, but plenty of work to do. Plenty of time for a lead to be reinforced. Equally, plenty of time to lose that, like a large lead or anything of the sort. Cam Johnson on the wing is going to drive. Found McCall, but the pass went through the hands, and now Mobley to Garland in transition. The three is long. He nearly banked it in, but lucky for us, it rattled out. Dinwiddie holds things up. He shoots the midi. That is well off. See, that is not what I'm a fan of. Spence, if you're not going to drive it to the cup, do not shoot it. Mitchell, Euro, got it. So 70 apiece. And, yep, turnovers has been a little bit of a problem. Dinwiddie to the corner for Doe. Was feeling things out. He didn't want to shoot the three, which was a sensible idea. He's going to have to do something now. 2 to shoot. Blew the fucking layup. He had actually gotten rid of Jared Allen. Garland picks up his dribble. And Jared Allen was still behind the half-court line. So they've turned it over without even remotely getting into an offensive set. So that is a very careless possession to give up. Or a very careless way to give up a possession. Unforced, if you will. So 70 apiece. Dinwiddie, one-on-one with Mobley. I would definitely attack this. Driving kick. Johnson is open on the wing. Good ball fake. Picked up his dribble. Dinwiddie was fouled on the floor. It's going to be a side out. But that's what Spence needs to do. If he can collapse the paint and get defenders committed to him, then there's going to be open threes on the outside. You've just got to hope that the players on the perimeter are good enough to knock him down. Dinwiddie to the rolling Clax. Bridges is open, top of the key. He got it. You can guarantee he's practiced those day in, day out. The lead is back up to 3. So we've had more of the we've had more share of the lead in this third quarter, which is a good sign. Good contest by Clax. It was an air ball by Garland. Dinwiddie gets it ahead. Bridges in the corner. That would have been a very good momentum 3, but I would have liked to have seen us try to attack the paint a little bit more. I think there could have been a more high percentage look on offer. That being said, offense is only part of the game. It's only one half. You got to defend. Got to do that now. We don't do a good job of it on that possession. 2 points for Okoro, who cuts it down. Good extra feed by McCall. Clax wanted a foul. They did not give a foul. I'm pretty sure Mobley has absolutely spanked him on the arm. And he had to stay composed because that first technical he picked up before, well, there's a problem. Uh-oh. Well, yeah, you can't get angry. There's not much room for error, especially with the NBA refs these days. Bit of an issue in the third quarter. We're forcing misses, but we cannot box out as well. Oh, that's well done, Cam Johnson. Knocked it out of Garland's hands before he could even take steps out of the restricted area, really. We're going to get shots, though. That's Cam Johnson's bucket, though. But yeah, the problem is, at the moment, Jared Allen is getting quite a few offensive rebounds. We're actually forcing misses now, which is a positive. But in the first half, it seemed like we did a better job of collapsing the paint and sort of making it a lot more difficult for those Cavalier centers to secure the rebound, or bigs. In this quarter, it hasn't really come as easily, so bit of work to do on that end. I think that's going to be a point of emphasis in this timeout for the Nets. I'm just watching this this little timeout challenge that they're putting on for the fans. I don't really know the premise of the game, but I think they're winning money if they beat their opponent. They won an Xbox? What the hell? Oh, they're both going with an Xbox. So basically just getting picked for that challenge automatically defaults you to getting an Xbox. That's pretty cool. Anyway, 75-74. We have a long way to go. I really cannot get a gauge of who's going to win this game. There hasn't been a really clear standout. There's been a number of runs by both teams. Everyone gets a trophy. That's it. Seems like a win-win. Yeah. Okay. So it's going to be free throws for McCall after Cam Johnson was able to knock the ball out of Garland's hands, bringing the ball up. It was an Alvarado-like move. Grand Theft Alvarado kind of move. Bridges going to shoot 2. He made 1. He made the second. And it's back out to 3, which has been basically the common trend for the entirety of the third quarter. It hasn't really gotten further than 5 points with regards to the lead both teams have gotten. Basically in this whole game. That's good defense by McCall, but again, Bridges, excellent fucking interior defense. Finney Smith in transition. One more for Clax. Gets into the paint. Maneuvers through. He missed it. Doe with the board. I can't really say I think it's going to be clean. Clax. Again, they collapse the paint. That's actually very clever by Clax because I thought he was cooked. He was incredibly trapped in the paint, and I think the right move there was just to knock it off a Cavalier player and get a reset. But the interior presence by Clax and the boxing out effort by other Nets players was tremendous. Royce is back in. Oh, you're fucking joking. How is there no foul there? Oh, you're fucking smoking crack, referees. Like, that is just ridiculous. Let's have a look. I'm gonna say that's probably not a foul on second glance. The commentators seem to think it's a foul, but I think Cam Johnson just, like, the chair got pulled from underneath him, so fair call, I guess. Defense now, please. The last possession was very good to watch on this side. Let's do it again. Garland, good defense. Clax. Bro, Jared Allen has woken up in this second half, man. Our boxing out effort has not been good enough. I want to see the offensive rebounding number. Dinwiddie, looking for Clax. It wasn't on. You had Royce open, top of the key. In transition, Mitchell, Euro and kick out. Okoro, back to Mitchell, wide open. It's off. We got let off. Good box out by Clax, who did not let Jared Allen get within about 10 feet of the basket. Johnson, the cross into the paint, the foul, and didn't get it to go, but it's going to be 2 shots for Cam Johnson. I'm actually going to look at, without having to look at the box score, I'm going to double check the offensive rebounding number. So Jared Allen has now gone up to 8 rebounds quietly, but his offensive rebounding number is at 5. They had 1 offensive rebound at the half. They've actually got more offensive rebounds than defensive rebounds in this third quarter. Staggering number. And if we could actually adequately box out, I reckon we'd have our largest lead of the game by far. So 78-76. Second free throw is good by Cam Johnson. So once again, much like the previous trip, the 2 free throws converted get our lead back up to 3. Royce is in the game with Cam Johnson, Clax, Dinwiddie, Bridges, DFS on the bench. Levert, J.A., Mitchell cross, 3 over the top. How is that a foul, cuz? What do you want him to do? That is a cancerous foul. Okay, yeah. Clax has got to be better. He's got to actually be facing the basket. He's got to be more disciplined than that. I cannot help but say. Rubio out to Karras, who is in the game again. Picks up his dribble on the baseline. And the pass was careless. Royce in transition. Got rid of Mitchell. Blew the layup. For fuck's sake, and then commits the foul. Bro, you did everything right except make the shot. Something that I guarantee you get anyone on the streets of New York, you ask them to make a layup, they'd be able to do that. And if you haven't watched my Royce O'Neal video, that is exactly what I said, basically the whole video. That was the key message. He can go from 0 to 100. He can pick up a steal and read the pass like no other, just like Clax there, who was fouled after getting the swat. But he can go from reading the pass exceptionally well and anticipating, from that to blowing a fucking uncontested layup after doing everything right to get to the spot. Nets lead the league in blown layups. I wouldn't be surprised one bit. And it's happened year in, year out. Like, at least for the last 2 years, I feel. 3 years even. Like, last year, James Johnson couldn't make layups. DeAndre Bembry couldn't make layups. Like, the amount of players that blew layups So Clax, 2 at the line. We were in the bonus, so we didn't even need to take the ball the length of the floor to get the shots. Clax is going to get the benefit of another lane violation. It's almost just routine at this point. If Clax is going to get 2 free throws, you better damn well prepare for 3 because the lane violation happens more often than not. TLC couldn't make layups. Yeah, that's another guy. Nets legend. Oh, God. Clax is well short on that free throw. But the lead's back up to a game-high 4 for the Nets. Osman, Mitchell to Rubio. Who's going to drive? Bounce past to Osman, who cut down the middle. Good maneuver. The scoop off the glass for 2. And he had Joe Harris absolutely lost. Dayron getting ready to check in. Dinwiddie gonna drive. Oh, hell nah, Spence. Why is he diverting from what worked in the first half? He was 7 of 8 from the fucking field. Levert for 3 is off. Good box out by Royce. Knocked it to Bridges unintentionally. Bridges all the way. Swatted by Mitchell, but the foul happened prior, and Levert is the guy who's going to pick it up. The fact that the rebound was so, far away from the basket meant we could sort of break out and transition and not really break stride from getting the rebound. It wasn't as clunky as what it usually is. Karras has been a little bit of a foul machine in this game. He's got 4 fouls and he hasn't really played an extensive amount of minutes. So look, given how well we've played this third quarter, I do feel, especially defensively, I think we've lifted, but we're 1 step away. I do think. It's just the offensive rebounding, we cannot let that continue. That's the only way they've remained in touch. Just like in the first half, they remained in touch via those 3-pointers. Mitchell, good cut. Got right by Royce, the former teammate, and the scoop is good. But Royce just way too easy for Donovan Mitchell to get detached. It shouldn't be that easy. Bridges, the cross and the 3 is good. Oh, Jesus Christ, that was smooth. The source on that shot. And now Mitchell thought he was fouled. Oh, you are kidding! Fucking bullshit! Whose grandpa is on the floor making that call? That's a joke! How late did they call that? You're fucking kidding me if that's a foul. Oh, what a joke. Every single time we get a stop. That possession was so well covered except for the bullshit. Oh my God. And why is Royce even reaching in there? Oh. We're challenging it, okay. Now, I just want you to make a mental note of this. Spencer Dinwiddie is the only guy in double figures for the plus minus. He's a plus 16. The next best is 2 players. Doe and Joe Harris with the plus 6. Interesting. That is not a fucking foul. You are kidding me. If there is a foul... Bro, that is not a foul. If you're fucking... What? It's only 2 shots, though. I don't know if that's because his foot was on the line or it was a foul on the floor. But they're in the bonus anyway, so it was going to be shots if there was a foul. So, we did say in the first half that Spencer Dinwiddie was going to do 1 or 2 things. He was going to have more dimes than points and just be completely non-existent on points, or he was going to be he was going to score a crap ton of points and not pass the ball. Well, He's done neither in this first half. He's had 2 shots, missed both, and had 1 dime. The good thing is the defense has lifted significantly, but the issue lies with the I think Cam Johnson and Dorian Finney-Smith. Those two are 1 of 12 combined. They're 0 of 8 from 3. Like, that is holding us back significantly. If they could have at least made like 3 of their shots each, we're up by like 15. It's a comprehensive lead if that's the case, but we're not in that situation, are we? Where was the foul? Are you fucking serious? I thought Royce had reached in. That is rubbish. You can't be serious. That is a joke of a foul. Even with the review, how on earth do you not overrule that? Mitchell's good on the first. He's only getting 2 shots, though. What do you want him to do there? That is a load of rubbish. The weak side referee fucking called that as a foul. How on earth can he see the contact from there? It wasn't even the ref that was standing right in front of the contest that made that call. That is appalling. Fucking appalling decision. Dayron with the high screen. Dimwitty the kick out to Bridges. The drive. Blocked. There's going to be a foul. Don't really have much to say there. I want to see the... I'll see the replay and then come to a conclusion. Let's have a look. That is... Oh. It's a clean block. He got the ball and then may have hit McCall on the arm, but they're not going to challenge it. Obviously, in a close game, you potentially want to leave the challenge in the bank for later usage. McCall going to make the first. He's been exceptional today, though. Spencer Dinwiddie has slowed down, but Mikal Bridges still, he's on fire. He hasn't really lost momentum at all. It's been a very consistent showing. Second free throw for Mikal to get the lead back up to 5, which has been our largest lead the entire day. He's already scored 30, bro. We're 5-2 when he scores 30 or more, so surely. Osman airballed the 3, and Joe was there to get the rebound. Mikal picked up by Rubio. Bro, he is getting hacked on that. Rebound Cavaliers. I wouldn't shoot that though, Mikal. That's a pretty low percentage shot. Mobley picks up his dribble. The C's parted. Dayron thought he was going to pass backdoor and nearly committed to that. And it left Mobley with a bit of room to get to his spot. Dinwiddie skipped past the Royce. Top of the key for Bridges in rhythm. It's off. Rebound Mobley. That's a good look though. That is one the Mikal usually knocks down. Garland picks up his dribble. Mobley thought about the midi. He's not going to shoot it. He's going to take Dayron on though. And we got a foul. He's got to be more disciplined there. That is where the growth in his game needs to arrive, because like that stuff there, like that was a very stagnant Cavalier possession and they've been bailed out. He bricks the first free throw though. I guess the only benefit of fouling Mobley is that he's not like an exceptional free throw shooter. So now with Mikal on the bench, Utah checking in, there's going to, well, be a little bit more added responsibility on Spencer Dinwiddie, and that shouldn't be like, that shouldn't mean he's going to shoot the ball a lot more. It means he's just got he's got more responsibility in facilitating the offense and getting us an open look. Dinwiddie. Oh! Dayron, what a take! I have never seen Dayron look this clean before. Like, that was a firm one-handed grab. That was incredibly clean. Dinwiddie reads the alley-oop pass and knocked it to Royce. We can go on a late quarter run. Royce into the paint. The foul. The +1. Let's go. Defense leads to offense. Well done, Royce. And, yet again, this game is another exhibit of why Royce is the best of both extremes. He can be incredibly good and frustratingly bad in the same game within the space of 10 seconds. If you haven't seen my Royce O'Neal analysis, make sure to have a look. But Dinwiddie's got a double-double now. He's had a couple dimes in the last couple of possessions. Huh? Bro, that is rubbish. They said that wasn't a continuation. You're absolutely having a laugh. Clax is back in the game for Dayron with 26.5 left in this third quarter. So Royce is going to have to take 2 shots instead of 1. Second for Royce is good. So he doesn't let anything go to waste. We've got Utah, Royce, Doe, Clax, and Spence, the 5 on the floor to close out this third quarter. A 3.5 second difference between shot and game. Let me just get it a little bit aligned. There we go. Okay, Clax 1-on-1. Guarding Garland. Garland into the paint. The ball fake. The pivot. And now he's got to kick it out. That is a deep 3. It's off. Get the board! No! That was very scary. Donovan Mitchell set one off from 3 after Chetty Osman launched one from the logo. They got the board. There were like 3 players within reach of him. It rimmed in and out. It was basically halfway down. We got very, very lucky there. Jesus Christ. Don't ever do that to me again. And that could be a very vital 3 points that goes away. You know, the same could be said for that Royce O'Neal bucket, where the continuation got ruled out. But we've got a quarter to play. Is Ben still on the team? Who's Ben? We don't worry about Ben. Ben's not playing, mate. If you were enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like on it and subscribe. I don't know why I can't say subscribe, as if it's difficult to say. All support is appreciated, so make sure to do that. Yup. Okay. I'll have a look at the box score, actually, briefly. You can see the offensive rebounding. They had 7 of those in the quarter, and I wouldn't be surprised one bit if the rebounding number's more even. Yeah, so it was like plus 14 at the half. It's now only plus 7. 3-pointers. Didn't shoot them at a high volume in that third quarter, but scored 3 of 6. I would much rather see that than us score 4 of 16 in a half. You know, the field goal shooting's pretty good. Dayron's had some excellent buckets today. Royce has been solid, but he's also been a bit brain dead at times. Mikal Bridges, 30 on 15 shots. The efficiency is unreal. Spencer Dinwiddie's been great facilitating the basketball. I just beg that he doesn't fall into bad habits and stunt the offense when we need it to fire. Cam Johnson's got a lift. So does Doe. The field goal, or the shooting, generally speaking, for the Cavs has gone down, but those offensive rebounds have really helped them in a time where they can't buy a bucket. They've now got 4 extra shots than us. Donovan Mitchell with 26, and Jared Allen has gotten, well, quite a few of his points from offensive rebounds. But you can see, turnover number, Cavaliers now of 9, so we forced about 5 in that quarter. Only had about 3 of our own. So, you know, there's an opportunity here. We're up 6. We've been in front basically the entire second half. We've got to remain focused and locked in. The defense was much improved. You know, we only conceded, 25 points or something like that, and that's not usually common with this team. Dinwiddie the spin, the layup, he didn't get the roll. Dayron was there, but he wasn't able to get the rebound with 4 other Cavaliers contending for possession. So Spence, I would much rather see him do those scoop layups, because they're very high percentage. Utah was lost. Chetty Osman, great off-ball movement. He utilized the screen off-ball. Utah got lost. And, yep. 3 for Chetty. That's important for them. Joe, Royce down the middle. The kick out to Utah. That's his spot. He airballed the fucking 3. And it's going to be Cavalier ball. Bro, I have not seen Utah miss a 3 that badly, I think, ever. So, with this bench unit, it's going to be imperative that we stay afloat. Royce seemed to be a little bit bruised. Oh, that is an excellent backdoor cut by Evan Mobley. I could see it from a mile away. The lead's back down to 1 after a little 5-0 run. Has gotten them well and truly back in this game, as if the game wasn't already there to be won. Dinwiddie gets by Rubio. Takes it all the way in. Dayron, good take. And he got blocked by Chetty. We got 3.5 to shoot, but I would like to see Spence just take it all the way in. There was a window of opportunity for him to just get that one up. Around the grounds, Orlando beat the Knicks. So that does concern us. Royce gets it from the inbounds. He's got to shoot it. Oh my God. He has thrown that 15 kilometers above the rim. I don't think it's... even if... on my worst of days, I don't think I'd shoot it that badly. So, we have to win this. From this position, we have to win. Spence starting the 4th, I'm a fan of. But that being said, who comes in when he has to go to the bench? He's surely not playing the quarter. I think it'd have to be Royce, wouldn't it? Chetty on the outside, picked up by Dayron. Utah has to hold his own. Chetty shoots a moving 3 and airballed it. So that is an excellent defensive possession. I think Chetty wanted a whistle. I think he's disputing a claim. I think he thinks that he got hit on the arm. He'd probably know that better than me. But, regardless, referees put the whistle away. Dinwiddie to Utah. Corner for Joe. Gotta hit that. Yes, sir! That's what you train for, Joey. Those wide open ones have to be knocked down. Oh, that's an excellent cut down the middle. Rubio with the find. Garland makes it for 2. And it is now back down to 2. So the defense has been a little bit suspect in this first couple of minutes of this last quarter. Dinwiddie gonna drive on Okoro. Got rid. And got the bounce. That could have been very ropes. And look, I'm not really a fan of that shot, to be quite honest with you. Dinwiddie has really made a habit of deciding to take those mid-ranges over the those layups he was getting in the restricted area. But, you know, if he makes the middies, then I guess I can't really complain. Dayron! Get out of here! Oh my God, Royce. Dayron with the save. Dinwiddie, good defense. Rubio. Dinwiddie all the way! Got denied at the basket. It's going to be a foul. He nearly had Mobley on a poster, but I think this is a case of him just getting blocked by the rim. That being said, Dayron, with the excellent help defense, absolutely pulverized the ball on that block attempt. It's going to be free throws for Spencer Dinwiddie, but Dayron making game-winning plays is a sentence I never thought I would say this season. That is an unbelievable block. 6 points, 3 blocks, or 2 blocks and 3 boards in this game. And he's done a little bit more than what the stats would suggest. Look, if Dayron can do that on a regular basis, I mean, obviously there's going to be some moments of absolute, pain watching Dayron. But that being said, I'm willing to ride that wave if he's going to deliver in the way in which he's delivering. At least in the last 2 games. 98-92. We forced a miss. Dinwiddie was there with the rebounding effort, and the ball was knocked out by the Cavs. It can turn into an 8 or a 9 point lead depending on shot selection. Royce, Utah, Joe is open. Got it! Ball movement at its finest. And we have a 9 point lead. That is the 1,000th 3 in Joe's career, and it is an important one. Garland at the elbow, picked up by Royce. Good change of direction. Blew the layup. Rebound Royce. It was a great move by Garland. He got the floater up, but it was a bit long. And now Dinwiddie, guarded by Chetty. Sidestep 3. Do not shoot that, Spence. I don't care if you're trying to reinforce the lead. I'd much rather go for the 2 points. As long as you keep the scoreboard ticking, that's all that matters. Rubio on the catch. Missed the 3, didn't get the bounce. And it seems like we're gambling on Ricky Rubio making a 3 by giving him that much room. Spence, I need you to drive it. Utah in the corner. He's going to drive on Mobley and kick it out to Joe. Over Rubio. It's off. Rebound, Chetty. And we're going to get a timeout at the 6:44 mark. It is there to be won. It is there for the taking. We have to pick up the W. In case you don't know the situation, the Knicks lost today. That was a win already. But we need to make it win number 2 on the day, because the Miami Heat are breathing down our neck. They have the same, well, they don't have the same record, but they got the same games back number. If that makes any sense. Both teams are 13 games back. We win today, we're half a game ahead. We play the Heat in a couple of days' time. We will be here for that. So, if you want to stay notified for that, make sure to subscribe. But winning today is step 1 of the 2-part series. The second part is beating Miami on the weekend. But this is where it begins. You're in a winnable position. The last thing you can do now is get into an offensive rut. And right now, the ball is moving. It is popping. So when Mikal comes back into the game, we've done a really good job with him on the bench. The start of the last quarter was a little bit questionable, but getting defensive stops has really helped us to get those open looks, and the Cavaliers haven't really been set half the time, so yeah. He did it last year to Evan Fournier. It's the other reason they got Brunson. Randall is a hothead in the worst way. What is it? Oh, so he was... Okay, so Randall was just getting pissed off. I don't want the Knicks to be living rent-free in my head, so I'm not going to talk about them. But all I'm going to mention about the Knicks is the fact, before I lose my voice, that the more losses they have, the better for us. It's that simple. So, you guys, you're all for talking about the Knicks. Like, I don't really care, to be honest. But I'm just saying, I'm not going to be talking about the Knicks at all. Unless it's with regards to where they stand on the standings, and if they've won today or not, how that affects where we could end the season. But right now, the offense is just... It's excellent. I mean, this is what good basketball looks like. But the problem is it sustainable? In previous games, it has not proven to be. But we've got 6.5 minutes to do what we haven't been able to do a lot of the time. Or we've done it, but very inconsistently. McCall scored 16 in the third quarter. That is an insane burst of scoring. And that sort of really compensated for Spencer Dinwiddie going missing. But he's been good at facilitating. Dinwiddie is on the floor. Osman, off the window, scores for 2. Joe Harris is giving him way too much space. The off-ball movement, he always seems one step ahead, Chetty. Both teams shooting the exact same percentage from the field in the quarter. Joe for 3 on the move. He got it! Joey Buckets is back in business. First double-digit lead of the game. And it couldn't have really come at a better time, could it? Mitchell over Clax. Missed it, but Mobley there for the follow. We've got to... Please, just stay composed. Dinwiddie one-on-one with Chetty. Drive it. Spin, pivot, Royce on the catch. Drive, kick out. Bridges on the move. 3. I don't want us to get into this 3-point shooting habit. Mobley out to Garland. We have not seen Allen in this last quarter. Clax. Being backed down by Mobley. The hook shot is good. And it's back down to 6. This is way too tense for my liking. Spence, you need to just take it in. Kick out to Royce. That's sensible. Dinwiddie wants it back. Royce wanted to give it back. Dinwiddie gets through. I don't like this. 6 to shoot. Dinwiddie's got on the baseline. Good change of direction. One more. Excellent skip past Royce. Joe! Royce with the find. Excellent pass, Royce. He could have chucked up an absolute brick of a 3, but the skip pass was to absolute perfection. He identified the open man, and that is a big 3. Mobley misses. Good defense by Clax. He kept him out of the restricted area. And with 4:30 to play, we can get it out to our largest lead. McCall one-on-one with Chetty. 3 over Osman is short. I don't like this. Do not do that, McCall. You've been doing excellently well all game long at getting to your spot. Those 3-pointers are not the way to go. But Joey Buckets is coming up clutch. Big time play. Royce even knew it was going in. He wasn't even looking. He just needed to look to the crowd for the reaction. So Joe has been a player who has not played really any clutch minutes in this season. But he's in place of Cam Johnson and Dorian Finney-Smith, who have been god-awful. Like, he has stood up. It was free throws for the Cavaliers, though. There was a foul on the Levert drive, which was very questionable, mind you. But Levert makes both, and all you can do is worry about what's ahead of you. You can't get too caught up in whistles that happened 3 possessions ago. Joe. Oh, come on. That is a fucking bullshit foul, man. 3:59 to play. And it's a 7-point game. Stops are going to get us over the line here. Clax needs to stop yapping because he's got the first technical. And with the short fuse of the refs, they will not be scared to call it again. Mitchell, the step back 3 is off. The rebound by McCall. He skies in. And Dinwiddie will get it to Bridges, who gets it to Royce. Back to McCall. We need to move the ball. Bridges into the paint. Excellent change of pace. The acceleration was wonderful, and you already know how high percentage he is when he gets into the restricted area, and that in that case, it was no exception. He's now picking up Mobley at the elbow, who will back him down. Clax is going to come over to help. Allen shoots over the outstretched arm, and it is good. So 3:10 to play. And we have a 7-point lead. The Nets have had the lead basically the entirety of the second half. I think we had a take it or lose it timeout, so we are going to utilize it. No more threes, please. We have the lead. We're not behind. Exactly right. It's about finding the most sensible shot. And look, I'm not complaining if we can get a three, you know, due to the fact the ball is moving or we're driving and kicking. But I don't want to see a contested three as the shot clock winds down because we're playing too conservative. Like, right now is way too early to play, like, keep away. Way too early. If we look at the box score, though, 32 to McCall, but he hasn't been the man in this second half. I mean, Dinwiddie's got 23, but Joey buckets with 5 threes. He has not done this, I reckon, since the first game that Dinwiddie and Doe played, where he had 6 threes in the second quarter. It's been a very similar kind of impact. And he's done well in light of Cam Johnson and Dorian Finney-Smith absolutely stinking up the gaff. But the game is not over. I must stress that. Spencer Dinwiddie's only had 1 field goal make in the second half. Look, I don't know what the go is. You can go with McCall, and he can be the focal point of the offense. But I would love to see us just give it to Spencer and play the exact same way we've been playing the entirety of the game, basically. If Spence drives it to the basket and just kicks it out, there is plenty of opportunity. It opens things up. We've seen that numerous times today. You know, it's not rocket science. So 3 minutes to go. If you are enjoying, make sure to drop a like if you are enjoying, and subscribe if you are wanting to tune in for the final few net streams. We will be back next season, of course, but there is a long layoff between next season and this season. Obviously, a fair bit of basketball to play, so we will have some analysis in there. And hopefully, the games we play in the playoffs will fall on days I can actually do it. Finally, a game where we are being chased rather than the other way around. Well, yeah, 100%. That's been the basically the way things have gone. I think in this losing streak. I mean, we've had like 3 losses of 5 to 6 points. You know, like yeah, I mean, we've been down by big leads or double digit deficits. And yeah, right now, all we need to do is just play sensible team basketball. It's that simple. Dinwiddie handling the rock, I like it, but with 8 seconds to play, nothing's happened. So that's the problem. Oh, that's a ropes pass by Dinwiddie. Good take by Clax. Good maneuver. He was blocked by Mobley, who has been man-mountain today. Mitchell in transition. Layup blown. Mobley put back. That's the problem. That's what I'm scared about. The putbacks have kept them alive all game long, or at least in the second half, and that second chance point number has leveled out. It was 10-0 in our direction. Now it's 12-10. Royce, top of the key. Got it! Big 3 Royce. How many times do I have to say that Royce plays an excellent game and a shit game at the same time? Man has been the master of clutch threes down the stretch this season. Plenty in the collection. It's an 8-point lead. Levert the acceleration. Clacks the block. How is that a foul? He is irate at the decision. Let's have a look. Okay, well, they're showing the previous possession with the Mobley putback. Now they're showing the Royce 3. This is a fucking joke of a call, though. I'm pretty sure Clax got him clean, but 1:52 to play. Levert at the line. 8-point lead. Missed free throws would be handy right about now, but he makes the first one. Let's have a look. Oh, you're kidding me. If the foul's on Clax, it's a fucking joke because he's got him all ball. If it was Royce, then I reckon I understand. The second is good, and it's back down to 2 possessions. So a missed free throw would be handy right about now, but we're in control of our own destiny here. Just play smart basketball. That's it. Dinwiddie, they're looking for McCall. Levert is playing, well, very harassing defense. The step back midi by Dinwiddie. What is that? We get the long board, though, and I guess the mid-range does a couple of things. Because you're shooting it from further out, there's more opportunity of the long board. Bridges. Oh, no! Levert in transition makes the 2. Bro, McCall was fucking around with it, bro. He should have just taken the damn shot. Got lost, threw it away in 2 minds. It's now down to 4. Still the 2 possession buffer, but can't get comfortable. Dinwiddie one-on-one with Jared Allen. The former teammates going head-to-head. Come on. Spence, one-on-one. He drives. He got by. The pass was errant. The Cavaliers in transition. Mitchell gets by. Layup is good. The last thing we needed to do was turn it over. And here we fucking go, digging our own grave. For God's sake, man. Every time, dude. We've had 2 possessions. All it required was a bit of cohesiveness. On this occasion, Dinwiddie got by Jared Allen. I would have done a lob pass. I think Clax was gesturing up. So he probably wanted that. And obviously have to be careful that you don't commit the foul. But, I mean, look. What do we do here? Do we wind down the clock and hope that the look is a good one? And that'll give us the 2 possession lead we need? Or do we just play our own game? I think we need to execute the 2-for-1 here, if I'm going to be quite honest. I would go for a 2-for-1 here. Now, the problem with the 2-for-1 is you risk, if you miss, you risk conceding. But that being said, you risk conceding anyway if you run the clock all the way down and miss. So I just think we need to get a shot off by about 28, 29 seconds. Here we go. Let's see how we go, though. 2-point game. Dinwiddie with the rock. 2-point lead. High screen Clax. The switch. Sees Jarrett guarding him. Spence is going to drive. He got by. Got it! The scoop. And it was perfectly executed. Now, to rewind exactly what I said about 10 seconds ago, I said we have to get it down to about 28 or 29 seconds to ensure that we have a chance even if we miss. But the make is incredibly important. And I'll tell you what, running Clax down the stretch, that is something that Jacques Vaughn hasn't opted for basically all year. But, no, not all year, but like in this era, he hasn't really opted for Clax down the stretch. He's been really happy to get Doe or Cam Johnson as the 2 taller players. But in this game, with those 2 playing like trash and off the floor, Clax has been on the floor and he's done a decent enough job. But now, like, Spence, that's what he probably should have done on the previous possession when he threw it away. He had the space to do it like the exact same shot on the other side, so it would have been with his offhand, but so probably the confidence wasn't there, but that is perfectly executed. Well executed. And even if the miss was there, Clax was ready to put it back up and in. So 114, 110, 29 seconds left. I would imagine that the Cavaliers want to get one off before the 24 seconds so they can actually get a look here and back their defense. Let's see how well we can defend it, though. Mitchell going to get it on the perimeter. He drives on Clax and shoots a midi. He got it. So it's back down to 2. And, well, they've got a foul. Are they going to try trap? They are. Oh, that was close. Oh, we turned it over! No! Mitchell! Oh, my fucking God. Are you kidding me? You fucking imbeciles. All you needed to do was relax. Oh, for God's sake. So we had the ball and we turned it over. Went through the hands of McCully. Was running way too fast at the ball carrier. And now Mitchell is at the free throw line because we're in the bonus. Granted, I think the foul was the right thing to do because... for God's sake, man. We have thrown this away so badly, dude. So, look, we've got 11.6 left. That is plenty to get off the right shot. But... first, it's about getting the rebound if Donovan Mitchell misses. He is 6 of 8 tonight. He's 87% on the season. Second free throw. It's short! Get it! You're joking! No! What is going on? I cannot believe my eyes! Oh, you cannot be fucking serious, this fucking team! Oh, that is fucking bullshit, man! Bro! Hey, you cannot write it any other way. Mitchell missed the fucking free throw. It was short. It was there to be put back up and in. Mitchell missed twice on the follow. We had 3 players with their hands on the ball. Lost it. Levert gets it back. Okoro's open on the weak side in the corner. He knocks it down with 0.7 left. And the lead is now 2. Why the fuck did we not have rebounders in? We had a fucking timeout left. You could have sent them out. Oh my fucking God. This is ridiculous, bro. That was an intentional miss. It looked intentional, but he wouldn't have been trying to intentionally miss it. Because if he missed it and it didn't come off, it looks like an absolutely disgustingly shit play. And now with 0.7, we need a 3 to win. Who's it going to be? McCall? Nah. I cannot believe that. I cannot believe the fucking audacity. That is fucking shithouse. What a fucking joke of an ending. That is on a number of parties. You can say JV, because yes, Dayron should have been in the fucking game for the end. I don't care what you say, he should have been in for the end. To box out at least. You have a bigger body in there. What the fuck? That is an absolute choke of the highest order. In a game we needed a win. We are now in the play-in. I was getting ready to praise this team, but we literally fucked it up in the last minute. So many things went wrong. Like, that is fucking stupid. And we also got the game given to us. Literally. The free throw was off. All you needed to do was get your body in the paint. What is Joe and Royce doing on the fucking outside? Read the fucking drop. Oh my life. Literally up 4 in the last 20 seconds with the fucking ball. It's irrelevant that the 3 was off. It actually was online, but what a fucking joke. Cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. Bro, this is... Oh my god. If Cam and DFS play a half decent, we're not in this situation. It's not even a matter of that. We had the game, irrespective of how good or how bad they played. We had the game in the bag. Literally, I didn't even, like... We should have had the game. 100%. Now, it's not Spencer's fault. It's fucking everyone's fault. It's not on JV's fault. It's on everyone. Let's run through the final minutes. So the final minute, I'm actually going to re-watch it, to be quite honest with you. Voice crack. Jesus Christ. That was incredibly bad. Okay, so I'm going to run it back and see the final minute, ladies and gentlemen. Because that was an absolute choke of the highest order. That is a game you absolutely need to win. There is zero... There's a number of things I could have said, but the Dinwiddie... there was the Dinwiddie turnover in the final couple of minutes. There was... what else was there? There was Mikal just letting the ball go through his hands when he hadn't... Basically, he had space. We have the bullshit miss by Donovan Mitchell, which, intentional or not, you should have boxed out and got it. And even still, when he had 2 chances, he missed them both. So at that point, you would have thought we get the rebound. We didn't. And boom. So you can say that Jacques Vaughn should have had some larger personnel, but there's no guarantee that Butterfingers Day'Ron Sharpe is getting the rebound either. I need to go to Twitter for this, though. It is a joke. We had the game in our grasp. Look, I don't care who made the 3. Isaac Okoro, fair bloody play, you made the 3. I wouldn't back him in to score it more often than not, but it was a wide open 3. Usually, you got NBA players knocking it down more often than not. Fucking idiots, though. This is a great analysis, though, by... I don't know what his name is, but... The Nets had 2 or 3 turnovers in the final 6 possessions, all by passing across the court. Just ridiculous. Literally, we had our hands on the rebound. We arguably sabotaged ourselves here. And I also have to say, Jacques Vaughn not calling a timeout when Doe looked like he was falling out of bounds. That is a fucking farce. They're not playing Day'Ron to get the rebound. Like, surely you flag that if they miss, you need to get the board. I said it. That is, quite honestly, Like, I've seen some chokes in my time. Like, bad chokes. This is probably the biggest choke I've ever seen by a Nets team. And I've watched this team for 5 or so years. Biggest choke. Like, you had to have gone tall. Why did he have Joe Harris in there for rebounding, bro? Or even, we didn't even make a sub to get the free throw shooters in. Like, there is a number of things that we could have done right with the personnel on the floor, but Jacques Vaughn also had, he had a timeout. He had a timeout. He literally had players on the bench that can rebound, or at least they're a bigger body. Like, come on. I'm actually still in disbelief how we've lost this. I actually cannot believe my eyes. Bro, that is... Okay, I'm now going to look at chat. I need to see what's going on here. Spencer had the ball last, but threw it out of his hand. We can say that possession was his fault. But we can also talk about every fucking turnover we had in the last 2 minutes. We had it with 4 minutes. We had a 4-point lead with 20 seconds and lost. How does that happen? It happens from turnovers. And last time I checked, Spencer Dinwiddie did not turn it over on that possession. McCall just lost it through their hands. Like, I can say, the McCall, like, people will be scared to say it. McCall, that was his fault. Like, I love Mikal Bridges. He played an exceptional game, but it's his fault. I just saw the replay. That rebounding display was sorry. Damn well. Damn right, bro. It was fucking bullshit. Hideous. But you literally do not have... Like... Why, like, I have so many questions, but I have to ask, why is Joe and Royce in for rebounds? That is probably the biggest, like, if there's one thing I'm pissed about with Jacques Vaughn, it's that. Now, we are now in the play-in. We blew it? Yeah, 100% Corey. I'm not sugarcoating it. We blew it. 100%. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Okoro sucks at threes. I know! But legit, if it's a wide open three, that wide open, like, more often than not, NBA players are going to knock him down. Unless you're DeAndre Jordan. So, look, I'm fucking shell-shocked. Like, I just can't believe this. He got lucky. No, I think... I literally don't even... It's actually laughable. We had the lead the whole second half and fucking blew it in the last 2 seconds. Now, if we look at the box score, a number of things could have gone our way. For starters, Doe and Cam Johnson could have been better than 1 of 12. They make fucking 2 extra shots and we win. Dinwiddie was pretty good, but the turnovers, I mean, yeah. He played the entire last quarter, so credit to him, but the turnovers, I don't know how many he had. He had 2, and he probably had 2 of the most crucial turnovers. McCall scored 32, but he was actually a starting 5 worst, negative 14. I reckon that's the worst on the team. It is. Staggering. Joe hit 5 threes. I mean, we obviously were trying to look for him off the inbounds on the final possession. Didn't happen. And Royce scored 12. But, like, I don't really know, because it was a very close game. The rebounding edge was well and truly gone by the end of the game. You can see they had 12 offensive rebounds. They had 1 in the first half. That is where they stayed in the game, and that's ultimately how they won the game. Getting offensive boards. That's it. They had like 6 bites of the cherry. Mobley and Allen combined for 10 of those. Like, you can't make this up in any other way. All their starters had double-digit points. Okoro had the game winner. He was 3 of 4 from 3. I mean, fair bloody play. Levert with 12, but that is an absolutely fucking shambolic loss. The way those last couple of minutes were handled was one of the worst ways to handle it I've ever seen. If just to sum it up, we have the ball with 20 seconds and up 4. 2-possession game. And do that. And a lot of opportunities to be let off. Couple offensive rebounds there for the taking. Don't take any of them. And there you go. Result. To the lottery we go. Once again, overreaction's going to be there because of the way in which the loss happened. But like, we saw how good we could play. And then to end it like that is one of the most... This goes down with that game about 4 years ago where we were up 7 against Memphis with 30 seconds left and lost. This game goes down there, you know, in history, basically in the same category because it was the same fashion. This team ain't going a damned place when you lack fundamental stuff like that happens. We don't lack fundamentals. We're just freaking inconsistent as hell with the fundamentals. We're not good enough to apply it for long periods of time. And when we needed to win or simply get an adequate possession, we couldn't even do that. So that's going to do it. But my God, man, what a fucking shambolic performance, eh? So, yep, that's going to do it. I mean, I'm just in awe. For the second time in about 2 weeks, I'm talking about another one of the teams that I support contributing to, well, basically executing a choke job again in the last couple of minutes. My AFL team did the same thing. And now it's the NBA team that has decided to do the exact same thing. All I need is my Premier League team to do the exact same thing next week. Lucky there's an international break, so I've got a bit of relief for a week. But they're like fundamentals. When that clock hits 2 minutes, they all forget how to play. Well, this was a different way. It wasn't a matter of us running down the clock and shooting bricks. It was just... poor IQ. Mikal Bridges, I actually think, was at more fault today than people will say. He had 32 points, sure. But also consider the fact that he had 2 turnovers in the final couple of minutes. First, because he couldn't make up his mind as to what he wanted to do with one possession. And then with another possession, the ball went through his hands and he just needed to be firmer and more awake for the pass. Even if he just stood still. I understand he was running at the ball carrier, but he just needed to slow down, which he didn't. And there you go, another opportunity in the bin. Opportunity goes begging. The game is gone. And we talk about turnovers. In the last quarter we had 4. And those 4 turnovers, I can guarantee you, probably came all in the last 2 minutes. So there you go. There you have it. We've lost again. We'll be back in a couple of days for an even more important match. But this was just as important, and given the winning position we were in, it's an absolutely diabolical ending to what was a pretty decent game, I would have to say. it just looks even worse given the importance of winning the game and the situation the team is in currently. But that's going to do it from me. I can't believe it. But we will see you soon for another watch along. There's not too many left, so make sure to tune in. But we'll see you soon. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Yeah. We'll see you soon. Bye.